To add the SQL PI extension, log into the Foglight web console with your Foglight user and click on Databases to access the Databases dashboard. Checkbox the agent or agents for adding the extension to, as this process can assign a feature to multiple agents simultaneously. These selected agents should not have the SQL PI indicator listed. Keep in mind that selecting multiple agents will get assigned to the same PI repository. Click Settings and Administration. Find the SQL Performance Investigator and select it to enter the SQL PI Admin screen. The SQL Performance Investigator administration screen allows for enabling and disabling the SQL PI extension for the SQL Server agents. There are some requirements to adhere to that are listed in the sizing guide. Click No SQL PI Repository Attached. A pop-up will display the key features of the SQL Performance Investigator extension, and it will highlight the important system requirements. The next pop-up may list the prerequisites for the PI repository server and available agent managers for the SQL PI agents to be installed on. Choose the radio button corresponding to the agent manager, then click the Apply button. If prompted, we will now specify the server name, authentication type, username, and password. If the default instance is used, then it does not have to be included with the server name. Adding the port number is optional. Then click Next. Another pop-up to enter the SQL PI repository settings may appear. A new PI repository database can be created in this step. The database name is pre-filled with a unique name. Adding a primary file group location and the transaction log location is optional, or it will be taken from the SQL Server instance settings. The user must, however, fill in a specific Windows folder location on the server where the SQL PI instance is located to hold 1-minute data. This may be on a separate drive from the other SQL Server files. Alternatively, a radio button is available to use an existing PI repository database for SQL Server with a pull-down menu to select a database. After this panel has been filled in, click Finish to continue. An additional pop-up may appear to confirm that a new PI repository for SQL Server should be created. To enable SQL PI, checkbox the agent and click Enable. A pop-up will appear if the Foglight Agent Manager Java Virtual Machine does not have enough memory allocated. We recommend selecting the top radio button to allow the Agent Manager to automatically attempt to increase the Agent Manager allocation after the database agent is created. Once the verification is done, the SQL PI indicator is active for the agent. SQL PI is now active on the selected agents while listing the PI repository hosts. The PI feature is also reflected on the database's dashboard.